Hello everyone, welcome back, and today we are looking at The Filter Trap by A.L. Lawrence. This was released sometime in 2016. It's got a few more reviews than I normally would accept, but not all of them are glowing. Before we get into those, we are going to do what we normally do, which is cover the cover and then the synopsis. Now this cover screams action. Explosions, crashed helicopters, and someone who looks like he's about to crap his pants. I'm going to find out in a minute whether or not this guy is the main character, but I just want to say that when I see a lot of military dudes, I automatically get excited. Back in the 90s, I don't know, there was just something about a team of jarheads that need to go into a situation and straighten things out or help somebody that really appealed to me. Hollywood started to actually get this wrong, for me anyway, when Battle Los Angeles was released. I don't know, it just didn't work for me, and it didn't work in Independence Day 2, it didn't work for Battleship, it didn't work for Transformers. But I am an optimist. Every time I see military guys, and especially if they play characters, then I'm automatically inclined to give whatever I'm looking at a chance. If for no other reason that when trouble hits the fan, I'll at least get a high body count if I actually don't like the characters. On to the synopsis. An alien intelligence initiates first contact with Earth, but it may be the last thing we ever hear. As Caltech astrophysicist Alan Sands prepares to spend another perfect Pasadena Christmas with his wife and children, he realizes something isn't right. The television doesn't work, mobile networks are down, and the internet slows to a halt. God damn it, Verizon. When Alan notices celestial objects are absent from the early morning sky, he knows this is no power outage or terrorist attack. He heads to nearby Mount Wilson Observatory, where he discovers the cause of the strange event is worse than he could have imagined. From his perch above Los Angeles, Alan can see the oncoming tsunami that will devastate the coastline and kill millions, foreshadowing disasters soon to befall the entire planet. And he may be the only person who knows why. 2,500 miles away at Hickam Air Force Base in Honolulu, Lieutenant Lee Green and her Raptor squad are the only pilots left to escort the president to safety as the world scrambles to save lives and comprehend what is happening. Their next mission? Find Alan Sands and the other scientists on the president's secret first contact list. Will the world be ready to hear what the scientists conclude about the mysterious so-called event that turned day into night? When a strange object is spotted heading for Earth, the world wonders if the aliens are coming in peace to help us survive or to finish what they started. Equal parts high concept and high action, The Filter Trap explains Fermi's paradox in a way that contrasts the hidden terrors of the universe with the ever-present hope in the human heart. So far, the story doesn't seem so bad. I will recommend, though, that maybe you should hire an editor. They wouldn't need to do much, but I personally noticed that there aren't commas where commas should be. Take one of the last sentences, for example. When a strange object is spotted heading for the Earth, comma, the world wonders if the aliens are coming in peace, comma, to help us survive, comma, or to finish what they started. It's not the only instance that it happens in your synopsis, but it does happen, and I'm sure it happens throughout the book. Now, most people aren't too nitpicky about this. In fact, instances of this probably happened on previous episodes, and I didn't bother mentioning it because they were so small and insignificant, and I myself am not an editor. However, this very thing is what might get somebody to choose whether to pick your book up at all. I am one of these types of people, actually. If the synopsis is halfway decent, but is also laced with grammatical errors, glaring or tiny, I might take a pass simply because it might be more trouble than it's worth to actually get through the book. Now, from what I've read so far, your book doesn't seem that bad. There are some people who just think that punctuation is more of a suggestion than a mandatory thing to have in your stuff. Anyways, just run it by somebody who knows what they're doing and update it. So, 14 customer reviews and 3.5 stars. Here's how I handle books that don't have perfect ratings or fantastic ratings. I read the worst reviews, the most critical reviews. The number of 1-star ratings is not what would turn me away from a book. I mentioned in a previous episode that pushy men don't bother me in a story as long as the woman has a backbone. But that can literally be the only reason why a dozen women don't finish the novel, hit one, and say that they don't like that. So, what do these reviewers say? One claims the cast is a bunch of emotional pygmies. Someone else stopped 15% of the way in because they didn't appreciate your take on Hurricane Katrina and the events that surrounded it. The last one just didn't like the ending. Now, I only care about one of these reviews because it says 11 people found it helpful, and that's the Hurricane Katrina bit. It's the point of contention that you are going to have to deal with the most. If you stand by what your book says about this subject, then there's no need to change anything, honestly. You eat that bad review and move on with your day. However, 11 people found that bad review helpful. It could be the sole reason why your book didn't do better. Unless you plan on flip-flopping about what you said in your book, the only thing you can do is get your book out there to more people and hope that they don't feel the same way, which is what you're doing. I want to pay you a compliment because I checked out your author page and you have a lot more books. And you definitely have a favorite time and setting. Your audience will be niche, and that's a good thing. It'll make advertising your book a lot easier because you know where to go to find these guys and women who are interested in space, things that happen in space, things that come from space. Oh, people love that. I love that. Except for this dead monkeys one. What is this? Hold on. It seems to be a story about a guy who invents a way for humans and animals to talk, and this somehow brings on the apocalypse. Well, isn't that just neat? Check out A.L. Lawrence's stuff if you think it's interesting. If anything sounds like it's up your alley, the links are listed below for any of his stuff. I hope you tune in next time for our next book, and have a fantastic day.